You just asked me to sit down.
I did.
And that you had something to talk about. So I don't actually know what we're doing, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So here on Blindsided by Reality.
Yes.
I'm going to break down an episode of reality television for you.
Great.
That you have not seen.
I watch a lot of reality TV.
Yeah, this is not MILF Manor, though.
Okay, well then I'm out.
Yeah, sorry.
Immediately out. I only watch MILF Manor.
There's no Manor in this episode, so sorry.
Any MILFs?
No MILFs.
No MILFs or no manners.
I know, sorry. Sons?
Okay. We're all...
I would say all the men on the show are sons.
Someone's sons and...
Yeah.
Some are daughters.
Yeah, so we are breaking down...
What are we breaking down?
Episode 5 of this season's Bachelorette.
Great. I know nothing about this.
Have you ever seen an episode of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise?
I have not.
Okay, so brand new. I
don't know why. I just haven't. I have a weird thing where I'm just like, I don't know. I have preconceived notions about what it is, and so I've just never given it a shot.
To be fair, your notions are probably correct.
Okay. Okay, good. But I'm not against dating shows. I've watched Love is Blind and others.
Yeah, and I mean, as someone who's watched almost from the beginning, I don't like the later seasons because I feel like it's not so much about finding love. It's about becoming recognizable.
An influencer.
Yeah. That's
instead of the Bachelor, it should be the
influencer. So for those who don't know, this is Bran.
Hi.
Brian is protesting love and the Bachelorette.
Yes. But from what I understand, Brian gave up on this a long time ago. And last week he just showed up and you explained it to him. And I said, well, I can do that.
Yeah. So he gave up on watching real fast.
Right.
And then this week he just gave up on participating at all.
He's a massive disappointment to his friends, family, and the world. But that's okay.
So episode 5, we are down to 6 men.
How many do they start with?
25.
25? That's too many men.
It's a lot of men.
How many in the first episode does she narrow it down to? How many?
In the first episode, she knocks off...
Some sort of weird code going on there. There's lots of coding.
6 men. Down to 19.
That's it? Mm-hmm. Okay. How many of these men get knocked off just based off of whether or not I'm attracted to you right out of the gate?
I would say night 1, it's probably, for me, it would probably be the biggest factor.
Right out of the gate, that's the first,
How do you know anything about them?
You don't know anything. And so
you maybe have a 30-second conversation.
Yeah, you have to make some fast decisions.
And also, while watching it, I had the luxury of writing down notes. So I wrote down who the guys were.
You had this luxury. No one else can do this.
Well, no, I meant as opposed to the Bachelorette.
Got it.
Right, she's not as far as I know, she's not stopping every time someone comes out of the limo and is like, all right, and you are? She's
not watching back the dailies and making notes.
They've never seen them do that. And if I was the Bachelorette, I'd be like, can I see some footage?
Can I see some secret conversations, please?
Yeah, and I think I might have talked about it with Brian, but I've lost track of, sometimes we talk about the Bachelorette off air, and sometimes we talk about it on air. When Jesse Palmer, who is the new host, Chris Harrison out, Jesse Palmer in.
Who's Jesse Palmer?
He used to play for the NFL.
Okay.
He was a Bachelor.
So not Jesse Plemons.
No.
Dang it.
He's married.
Yes.
But Jesse Palmer was the Bachelor once upon a time.
Okay. And he's the host.
Now he's the host.
What does the host do?
So that is one of our segments, is what's Jesse useful or not.
And good. I love this. Okay, don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
I wanted to. Typically, it's could this episode have worked without Jesse?
Okay.
And yeah.
I'm gonna go no.
For the most part, I say no. Last episode, they were in Washington, and Jesse did a bit where he dressed up as Sasquatch and ran around the hotel.
Yeah, you need that.
And so he got a plus for me.
Yeah, you need that. That's an essential.
I needed that content. But yeah, when Jesse was the Bachelor, he, during a rose ceremony, called out the wrong girl's name.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Early on?
Yeah, there was still
Okay.
like 15 or so.
That's too many people.
And it's when there's like multiple like Ashley A and Ashley B, and he called out like Ashley B and meant Ashley A.
No one is supposed to date this many people at once. No. It's not safe. It's not
on
healthy.
this episode, she had 2 Aarons with an A, 3 Calebs.
So she doesn't have a type. She has a name that she likes.
So when I was watching the first episode, I was able to write down like little, like how old they were, what they did, if they did anything cute. So going into the rose ceremony was like, all right, I would knock these guys off.
Okay. Would you have kept all the Calebs?
No.
Well, she did.
There was a cowboy wrestler that I probably would have sent home. You might have kept, but I would have sent him home.
Cowboy wrestler?
Yeah. He's a professional
At the
wrestler,
same time?
but he dresses like a cowboy.
Got it. Oh, okay.
Like his personal style is cowboy.
Okay, got it.
I believe.
Or flip that, reverse it.
Yeah.
He's actually a cowboy who dresses like a wrestler. Either one works for me personally.
He's from Orlando.
Say no more. Makes sense.
I have pro wrestler, cowboy. So
yeah, got it. That's all you need. Yeah. All right. I just want to say, starting off with 25 is insane and not helpful in the least.
There are some seasons where they've started with 30 or 35.
What do we do? What's
then
even
in
the
night
point?
one, they have to knock off like 10. And it's like, why are we even here?
See, I don't like that. The reason why if there was multiple people that were like, this is why I like Love is Blind and shows like that, because they each have a pairing, right? Where it's like, this is one on 25 is too much. That's too much responsibility. It's too much power.
Yeah. I don't think there's so many seasons now, they're all mixed up. So it was either the last season or the season before last of The Bachelorette. There were 2 Bachelorettes competing from the same pool of women. Men. Sorry. We're not there yet.
Not there yet,
but
we'll get there. We'll get there, I'm sure.
But yeah, so that was also confusing.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right. So we're down to 6?
We're down to 6.
How many episodes are there in a season?
Usually somewhere around 12. So we're at 6.
So what is it, one a week now? Is she going to cut
It's only been one a week. It's 2 hours.
So I meant like one person a week. Is she going to get rid of one person every week now moving forward?
Yes.
Okay.
So next week is hometowns. We have the final 4. We each go to their hometown.
Oh, that's cute.
And the week after will be 3 is when they do the fantasy suite.
What does that mean? They do the fantasy suite.
That is when they have the option to spend the night together. No cameras.
Not all together.
No, like one-on-one.
She picks one.
No, each guy gets a night.
I don't like that either, actually, more that I think about that. How many?
3.
It's too many.
Yeah.
It's too many nights. I
mean, you can look at it in the wholesome way of they get a full 24 hours together, no cameras.
I do like that. Can they leave the room?
Well, they go on a date and then they spend the night in the room together.
Why?
Yeah, sometimes ABC airs kissing noises like Lifetime. And it's the worst.
I don't like that. Do they tell you if they hanky-pankied? Or they usually keep that hush-hush?
Usually it's hush-hush. In the past few seasons, every now and then someone will...
I'm sure there's a few jokers out there that'll be like,
who will say something. Or like after the fact.
Right.
The show's already over. They'll be like, yeah, we did. But for the most part, I just like to imagine
stressful.
that they just have
they
some
just
really
talk.
good conversations.
Yes. Put on a show.
There's no camera. Just let's get to know each other.
There are still mics, though. There's nothing we can do about that.
So this episode, we start off in New Orleans.
Nolans.
And Brian is not here for the Nolans, but also protesting Nolans. Apparently.
Man, I hate that. This has been a big turn.
And so the 6 men, one of them is Aaron B.
Okay, Aaron B.
Yes.
I need to make notes. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Aaron B in the past few weeks has become more and more like antagonistic. Almost like he's entitled
to her?
Yeah. Like to the other men. He just feels that his connection with Charity, the Bachelorette,
that's her name,
is so strong that like he should be getting all these one-on-ones and special time. And
you said Charity?
Charity.
Charity, that's cute. That's nice. All right.
And so he is so excited.
Is there anything else I need to know about Aaron B aside from the fact that he's antagonistic?
Night 1, his gimmick was he had a coin and he would flip it and be like, all right, heads, we fall in love and we get married at the end of this. I pack my tails, I pack my bags and head home. And then they flip it and it's heads. And she's like, oh, you get to stay. And he uses this gimmick a couple more times. He uses the gimmick to get a kiss out of her that night.
I hate Aaron B.
And then on their one-on-one date in the second episode, he continues to use the coin.
Aaron
and then
B.
tells her, hey, did you know this was a trick coin? And she's like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't.
It's a trick coin?
Like,
come on, Aaron B.
So it's
Aaron
all
B's a B. That's my thoughts. Is that the general consensus? No
I mean, the coin annoyed me. I liked him in the early episodes, but as he's gotten more like entitled, his attitude is just off-putting to me. Like, I can't imagine choosing him. Okay. And then watching.
Is she aware of the? Okay.
No.
So he's like a doink behind the scenes, but not when she's around.
But when she's around, he's like so attentive and
gross. Hate him.
Yeah. So I would be annoyed if I chose him and I was watching this back and be like, huh, this is how you behave when I'm not around. I don't like that. I didn't like it at all. So he's so excited. Nollins is his hometown, and so he's like, for sure, I'm getting a one-on-one, and I'm going to show Charity around, like, where I grew up.
Yeah.
It's not where he lives currently. He lives in Texas. No. San Diego.
Okay.
Someone else lives in.
Same old.
I don't know, whatever. I swear he said Texas, but maybe his family lives in Texas. Whatever. But he's like, yes, I can't wait. So they're all hanging out on the street, drinking. Charity shows up. They're all like, hey, welcome to New Orleans. And then a horse carriage pulls up.
Oh, did you say horse?
I did say horse. A horse and carriage pulls up. And surprise, it's a date. And she is bringing Joey on the date.
She's not bringing Aaron B. in his hometown.
Nope. She chooses a Joey to go on the one date with her.
So this isn't hometown?
No.
This is just a fun excursion.
Yeah, there's after they whittle down to about a dozen, they start leaving LA and they go to different places. They've been to Washington, somewhere else.
Okay. So Aaron B's not guaranteed anything by this. Got it. Okay.
He's just excited. I guess this is only our second step where we went to Washington and now we're in New Orleans. Not guaranteed it. He just kind of thought I'm the front runner anyway.
Of course.
Because of our connection. Of course. And this is my hometown, so obviously I'm getting this one-on-one.
Obviously.
And it goes to Joey, who is my number one.
Joey.
If he doesn't win or is not chosen as the next Bachelor, there is an open invite for him to send me a DM.
Oh.
And
okay. What do we like about Joey? What's his deal?
He is just so cute.
He has this
great smile. He's a tennis pro from Philly. I heard they've got really great cheesesteak there. He lives in Hawaii now.
Oh, he lives in Hawaii.
I really liked him because in the opening, he just talks about how important family is to him.
That's sweet.
It was just really cute to me.
I like that. Oh, yeah. He likes his family.
Yeah.
Big family Joey. Mm-hmm. Okay, do you, how clear is it where Charity is in her rankings of people as the show is going on? Does she have clear favorites or does she kind of keep that under wraps?
I think if you asked her, hey, here are these 6 men, rank them, she'd probably have a tough time.
Okay. So you don't think that Joey's the clear front runner for her, just for you?
I think based on watching this episode, I could rank them for you.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Great. All right. I got Joey. Joey's so cute. He's got a great smile. He's a tennis pro who lives in Hawaii, and he's a big family guy. All I got for Aaron B is he's antagonistic. So. Yeah, and he's in software sales. Oh, I'm looking back on my notes. This is how he introduces himself to her, is that he is Aaron, like Aaron. And I was immediately out on the Aaron bit. All right. So Joey, they get on a horse and carriage. And they just kind of travel around the city, see the sights, eat some food, just kind of tourist around. Not a big New Orleans fan. Yeah. They just kind of hang out. They don't do anything wild and crazy. I don't really like my time there. As they drive away, the remaining 5 guys. I got kicked out of a bar in Nolans. Oh, is that why? Not for anything egregious. I thought it was karaoke. It was not karaoke. Did you just start singing? There was a guy on stage and he was singing and there was a DJ and he got done with a song and he was about to walk off stage. And I was like, I got this next one. And the DJ said, you get out of here. And he got his bodyguard. I still don't know if it was karaoke or not. Maybe I just got too close to the DJ. very hostile. I felt like I had a good vibe. Anyway,
I would love to go back. And if you just walk in the bar and they're like, get out.
I wasn't even it wasn't even old enough to drink. I wasn't drinking. I was just there.
Is that why? Were you not supposed to be there? Could they tell you weren't 21?
Maybe he thought I was a baby. I was old enough. I walked in. I don't know. Anyway, Joey's great.
Yeah, Joey, great date. They're having a good time. As soon as that horse and carriage drives away, the other 5 guys are upset.
Okay.
Because they didn't get the one-on-one.
So they all go. Okay, they all go, and then they just sit there. They're just hanging out, bro time.
They'll get a chance,
but they just have bro time.
But right now, yeah, we just have bro time.
Well, that could be fun too, though.
Aaron B and one of the other guys, Sean, are just straight up annoyed.
Okay.
That they thought they were shoo-ins for the one-on-one. They weren't. They're just.
This is stressful.
They're just angry.
This is stressful.
Tanner is another one.
Sean, Tanner.
Yep.
Okay. Do I need to know anything about Sean or Tanner?
They'll come up again.
Okay,
great. We'll get there.
We'll cross that bridge.
Tanner is, the guys are angry, and Tanner's just there like, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna stay calm. And I was like, wow, Tanner was not somebody I really thought much about, but last episode he really kind of moved to the front of the pack.
He shined.
Yeah, he shined. So when he started saying this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, why get angry?
That is true.
And then he goes to his little ITM, their little asides, their little confessionals, and he's like, oh, I'm angry. And I was like, oh, Tanner.
Wait, what? Why did he change?
So in front of the guys, he was like, guys, there's nothing we can do. And then his confessionals, he was like, I'm being overlooked. And I was like, I get it. Like, so then he was angry and just felt, that she didn't care about him. Mm-hmm. Then we go back to Joey and Charity. They get a tarot reading, which says that they might be a good match.
Gross. If that's your thing, great.
Yeah, they do a little sidewalk poem, which there's just a guy with an old-fashioned typewriter, and he asks you questions.
Oh, that's fun.
And then writes a poem. And I actually did this for my cousin on her Bachelorette. We were, I don't remember where we were. We were in Maine somewhere. And we were walking around the street, and there was a guy with a typewriter writing poems, and so we had him write one about the bride-to-be.
Well, that's lovely.
So it was really cute. So I liked that part of the date. I was like, oh, man, now they have...
Who's planning this, though? Is Charity coming up?
No, producers.
Producers are, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if, Joey had to come up with this date.
No.
Okay.
They always act like Charity came up with them, but... Okay. On one of the one-on-ones, Charity had to go bungee jumping with a guy, and she is deathly afraid of heights. So Charity is not.
Come on, what are we doing? All right, got it. Sorry.
So yeah, the cider poem was cute. Then they go and have dinner, and they had a really good conversation about race. They are an interracial couple.
Okay.
And so Charity just wanted to know, like, how would this affect, like, moving forward? There's just this is going to be something we're going to have to deal with when we go out.
Right.
And so they had this really nice conversation about, what that looks like. Would his family be okay with her being a different race? And I just thought it was like a real
Charity is
African American.
Okay. And then Joey is
white.
A white fellow.
Yeah.
Are there other people of color? Or are there some of the other guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Xavier, Aaron B, and Dotton.
Got it.
All black.
Dotton.
And Sean, Tanner, and Joey are white.
Okay. All right.
50-50.
Real mixed bag there.
Yeah. So I thought it was a really great conversation. I feel like a lot of times on The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, we don't have like real conversations.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nice.
It's very nice.
He gets a rose, they kiss.
Okay. What do the roses mean?
That he makes it to the next week.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm not stressed over Joey. He did it.
So on a one-on-one, you either get the rose. If you don't get
so you can go on a one-on-one and then not walk away with a rose.
You go home.
You really goofed that up. Yeah. Really? Mm-hmm. Just right there.
You either get on a one-on-one, you either get the rose or you don't.
Wow. High stakes.
Yep.
And each episode, how many one-on-ones are there?
Typically one. This one, usually there's like 2 group dates and 1 one-on-one.
But group dates, are they rose dependent?
So on a group date, which can have up to I think one of the first group dates has
25.
12 men. on the date, and that's just so stressful.
It's too many. It's too many men.
But on the group date, there's usually one rose up, which means of the 12 men, one will be safe, and the rest
then
will go
at the end of the episode, she hands out the rest of the roses. That's what I've seen in fun things. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Joey, safe. He's good. He's guaranteed hometown. Whew, good for Joey.
Hometown start next week?
Bad for me. Good for Joey.
Hometown start next week.
Yeah.
So Nolans is not hometown. It just happens to be.
They just happen to be there. It just happens to be where Aaron B was.
So if Aaron B going to take them back to Nolans for hometown, or would he go to?
No, he talks about where they would go.
Okay,
for
got it.
hometown,
Okay, sorry, I'm very invested.
He mentions Texas, so I think
Texas forever.
I think he was like born in Louisiana, and then his family moved to Texas, and now he lives in San Diego.
Okay, lots going on there. Lots moving parts. Okay, so Joey's safe.
Yep.
I love that for him.
So then we get another date card. And this one is going to be
another date card.
Sean.
Okay.
And Tanner.
Uh-oh. So it's a
2-on-1.
It's a 2-on-1?
Again, one rose. So she will give the rose to one of them.
So Sean or Tanner are going home.
Yep.
That's very stressful.
2-on-1s are very stressful. Sean is the one who was angry earlier. He flips out.
Oh, on Charity?
No, just in the room.
Okay.
Thinks that this is like disrespectful. Tanner says he feels overlooked again.
Poor Tan.
They're just...
Okay, all right. What do I need to know about Sean? Sean feels overlooked. Yeah. What's he do?
He is from Tampa.
Okay.
He is also in software sales.
Ugh. All right. People that are in software sales are going to think I hate you. I don't hate you. I just immediately think you're boring.
Tanner is from Pittsburgh.
Pitts.
He is a mortgage lender.
Oh, boy. Mortgage. So far, the only guy I'm like, man, tennis pro. That's fun.
Yeah. Xavier is in biomedical sciences.
Oh, he's smart.
Yeah, and his hobby is knitting. He's great.
Oh, he's sweet. I like that.
And Dotton is a medical consultant.
What does that even mean? I don't know. You a doctor?
I don't know.
What does it mean you're a medical consultant?
I'm not smart enough to date Dotton or Xavier.
Okay. Are they clearly on another level?
No.
No.
They seem normal.
Okay.
But the fact that if they wanted to talk to me about their career, I would smile.
I do want to hear more about Xavier later because
we'll
far I'm very into him, and all I know is that he's in biomed and knitting. Yeah. But Tanner and Sean are going on a date.
Yes. So they are going on a swamp tour. They get in a boat and they just go look at gators.
I don't even want a rose. I don't want a rose.
And the driver of the boat looks like he should be on an episode of Duck Dynasty.
Does he talk with in the thick Cajun?
Yes.
Okay, great. So out there, go see some gators.
Yep.
Love that.
He does not understand how both men are dating the same woman on the same date.
That I'm with him there.
He's like, how does this work? And they're all like, I don't know.
It doesn't.
And then he says, well,
watch from the corner.
He's like, Charity, if you don't want either one of them, I'll throw my hat in the ring. All
right. Neither of them get a rose. Hand it to that guy. Is that in play? Can we do that?
It could be. Then they have a little, I don't know what you would call it. There's a name for it, and I'm blanking on it right now.
Conversation.
No, it's where they put like all the seafood and stuff in the middle of the table.
A crab boil.
Yeah, they have one of those. The three.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "This has been really fun. Let's go get changed, and we'll go to dinner," which is typically a more formal affair.
That wasn't dinner. The crab boil. Okay, sorry.
I thought it
was.
It
so stupid.
We're eating. So they go and get all the fancy, and they go to this weird table.
Up until this point with Swamp Tour, Crab Boil, like what are they doing? Are they talking?
They're just chatting.
So they're just having a jolly time.
Yeah.
I feel like I imagine that there's a lot of like over masculine energy going on here where it's like, I gotta prove my manhood to you. Like, no?
So she and Sean have had some good chemistry.
She and Sean.
Where Sean has definitely made it known that like I'm here for you and I like you.
Okay.
Tanner I like, but I think we get more of his personality because we can see the confessionals and we get to see him.
Okay.
There hasn't been a whole lot of him in Charity time.
Okay. All right.
So she's like waiting for him to step up.
Is he stepping up in this so far? Okay.
No, I mean, when they go to leave to get ready for dinner,
he
just
guys.
goes and gets in the limo, and Sean goes up to Charity, says goodbye, and like.
Oh, Tanner's going home.
So they go to dinner, and she pulls each one of them aside, has a little chat. Tanner does open up, explains why he's been a little hesitant.
Why has he been hesitant?
Apparently, in a past relationship, his girlfriend said that she was like going to Florida for the weekend, but in fact,
never came back.
Moved to Florida.
She went to go
never
get.
Contacted him
She
again.
went to go get milk.
He's like, so I was ghosted extreme.
Wow.
And she's like, oh, okay, so that explains why.
That's it.
You'd be a little hesitant to fall in love
And
again.
then why wouldn't you go on to Bachelorette? This is perfect for
national
you.
TV.
Moron. Just don't.
Oh, I do have a note here. I was very confused about the weather on the swamp tour because Charity's in a tank top and cutoff shorts, and both men show up in jeans, shirts, and jackets.
Whoa.
I couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
Like, we're in New Orleans. I did figure out it was around Easter time, so maybe.
I'd go with what she's wearing, I guess, probably. Would be my guess.
I was very confused. So anyway, they chat at dinner. She's really stressed about who she's going to give this rose to. She can't figure it out. She's like walking into the room being like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And so she just chooses not to decide. No one gets a rose. See you later.
That's an option?
The guys were mad. They were like, why did we do this?
Charity.
Yeah, it was.
So now just everybody is up for a potential rose.
Yeah.
Now.
So I honestly thought that, like, if you're having such a hard time choosing one to stay, maybe that means neither.
Both should go.
Yeah. If there isn't a clear front runner and you're not feeling that strongly.
But she has to get rid of just one of the six. Okay. All right.
2 of the 6 will go home.
Oh, okay. So nothing matters. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens next? Is there another? Is there
there's a final one-on-one. There's one more one-on-one. And everyone, of course, Aaron B is like, this is it. This is my shot.
No way, man. Give me Xavier all day, baby.
No, it goes to Dotun.
Son of a gun.
And
is Xavier at least chill? Is he like, whatever, it's all
Xavier
good?
Xavier's barely in this episode, and I was kind of mad because he's been a front runner for most of this season. They're annoyed because Dotun got a one-on-one in the last episode.
I wrote down Dottie. I think it was an autocorrect, but I got it. I'm going to call him Dottie.
Yeah.
It's a dot system.
So the guys are mad that, it sounds like they're mad at Dotun, and it's like,
well, that's not fair.
It's not Dotton's
Dotton's fault.
They're like, you already had time, and it's like,
he's a medical consultant. Has he gone on a one-on-one before?
Yeah, Dotun one-on-one last episode. Oh. So that's why they're annoyed with him. They're like, you already had your one-on-one.
Aaron B, has he gone on a one-on-one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What does she do with Dotton? With Dottie?
Run a race, and I hated it.
That's not a date.
They walk it, but it's a 10K. And because I looked it up. They don't mention it. He says marathon at one point, and I said, there's no way that your date was a marathon.
None of these things are worth it.
So it's called the Crescent City. I don't think it's challenge, but it's Crescent City something. And I looked it up, and it's like the #1 10K in Louisiana.
Okay.
And it takes place over Easter weekend. So that's how I knew when this was being filmed.
That's some good sleuthing.
Yeah. I did some.
Good on you.
Yeah. Dotun tells her that he is falling in love with her, and she just beams, like her whole face lit up. And I was like, girl, I can see that.
I don't know if it's possible. When in a competition, this is I think my problem with it is I don't actually think that you can do that. When there's 25, when you start out with 25, and it's like, how do you actually spend enough time?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Can you really? Can you?
This is my issue and why.
Because at least with like Love is Blind, everybody has, their choice in the matter. You can feel the connection. If you don't feel the connection, you just stop going to them and then you narrow it down like that. Where this is like the one person and you're just kind of like along for the ride, kind of like I'm up totally with whatever she decides. It is what it is, but there's going to be a lot of other guys. That's a tough environment to actually fall in love with somebody.
I think it's very tough. And also, I mean, it's just so hard because the people who have been on the show will say after the fact that like the amount of time you actually spend with the Bachelorette is so minimal.
Right.
Over a 6-week period of time, like you maybe get to see them for a couple hours.
Oh,
and it's just not like, I can't remember the actual ratio, but it's not big. And so when there are guys who are like, yeah, I really like you.
Yeah,
and
Dottie's playing a game.
But like, I'm not in love with you. And by admitting you're not in love with them, it's almost an immediate, like, you're going home. But I'm like, they're just being honest. Because, like, are you really in love?
No, Dottie's playing the game. So, he's playing the game 100%.
Well, last week they told each other that, I don't know if they said it to each other or they said it to the camera, but they said, like, I think this is my person. So they both said that in their little confessions.
Oh, Charity said that about Dottie.
Yeah.
So Dottie's a front runner.
So Dottie and Joey would be my front runners for her. Because she just looks so happy when she's with them. Okay.
All right.
So,
well, Dottie's getting a rose.
Yeah. So Dottie.
Dottie said he loves her. He's getting a rose.
Dottie does get a rose.
Dottie gets a rose.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So far, Joey has a rose. Dottie has a rose. Yep. We're done with the dates.
Nope. We have one more group date.
Okay. So I guess who's this? Yeah. Xavier.
So then we get a date card.
And Aaron.
Xavier, Tanner, and Sean.
Tanner and Sean, they've already been on a group date.
We're just there's no rules.
Now they have a right to be angry.
Yes. So now,
if I'm Aaron B's going nuts, isn't he? Aaron B is so mad.
I will say they announce.
So hold up. So she's gonna give roses? Well, actually, we found out that group dates don't matter. You don't have to do anything.
We'll get there.
So okay.
There is a line where I think it's before. I mean, it all happens. I try to keep my notes grouped by date, but that's not always how it happens in the show due to like editing and stuff. Okay. But Sean does say that he feels like he hasn't got any validation from Charity, and that if Dotton gets a one-on-one, all hell will break loose.
Who says this?
Sean says this.
All right, Sean.
So then Dawn gets it. They get this date card. They find out that there's going to be a group date. Tanner and Sean are getting a second date. Sean says he's confused. He's frustrated. He's mad. And after Dotton's one-on-one, Sean goes to Charity's hotel room to talk to her about his feelings.
After Dottie.
Yeah.
After Dottie gets a rose.
Dottie gets back. He's got the rose.
They announce that they're all going to go on a group date.
Yeah.
And so Sean says,
I need... said, if Dotton gets a rose, all hell will break loose.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I should have said.
So
Dotton walks in with the rose, and Sean's like, okay.
So Sean goes to talk to her. Does he know that he's about to go on another group date?
Yeah.
Okay. So he finds out he's going on a group date, and he says, I need to tell her what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
so
what's
he walks in, and he kind of starts off being like, hey, I just wanted to check in on you. I know this week's been a lot. And I was like, that's not why you're there,
Sean. Get out of here, Sean.
And that is when he just kind of basically is like, you're not giving me what I need. There's no validation from you.
Sean's going home.
I'm in the process of falling in love with you. And she's like, I don't think I can give you the validation you're looking for. Like, I just don't think it's here. And he's like, well, if you would give me the one-on-one time, it would be there. And she's like, she gets really upset and she sends him home.
Dang! Before the date even starts?
Yeah. Because the date is the next day. And he goes the night after Dawn gets back. And she's like, you know what? Goodbye.
I like that move. That's a strong move.
Yeah.
All right, Charity.
As soon as he was angry and went to her hotel room, I was like, he's going home.
Yeah, he's going home 100%. I didn't think he'd get sent home that night. But
yeah, just
good for her.
Get out.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I have a note here that I think the guys forget about Charity's autonomy. Like, they're mad at Dotton for getting a rose. And they're always mad, like, oh, he got the one-on-one. He gets this. You get more one-on-one time with her. And it's like,
yeah, but
Charity also has a choice in who she does get
Dottie.
to choose.
Yeah, Dottie didn't get a say in this.
Like, Dottie didn't choose.
Dottie just got picked. Why are people mad at Dottie?
They're mad at him because he had back-to-back one-on-ones, and
that's where it's be better, bro.
Yeah, like they're like, oh well, I don't have a connection with Charity because you're taking all her time. Well, maybe you don't have a connection with Charity because you don't have a connection with Charity.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone is meant to be with everyone. Like,
it's not like Dottie put a gun to her head and said, "We're going on a one-on-one." Did he?
No.
Okay, good.
No, Dotton seems great.
Okay, great. Love Dottie.
He's also very tall. My notes for Dotton are tall.
Tall.
Yeah, just in case everyone forgot how tall Dotton was.
Tall.
There's tall men, and then there's Dotton is tall.
He's a tall glass of water.
And Charity is not super tall, so when they're like walking around together, it's fun.
Medical consultant.
Yeah. So the three of them, Aaron B, Xavier, and Tanner, go on the date.
Strike Sean from my list.
Yep. This is where Xavier admits that he isn't in love with her yet, but does see the potential, and that he is scared to commit to one person forever.
Whoa, what? Aaron said that?
No, Xavier says that.
Oh, Xavier said it. Okay,
yeah.
got it. I hate that because of the knitting, obviously, but I don't know anything about Xavier, so.
Yeah, I really like Xavier.
Okay.
My top 3 would be Joey, Tanner, Xavier.
Got it.
And Tanner and Xavier can flip-flop.
Tanner, so Dottie's not on your top 3?
No.
It's tough. Is it because he's tall?
No.
It's because he's tall.
No, I mean, Xavier has the knitting thing, and I think that's really cute. Joey has the family thing. And I can't
What's Tanner have? He's from Pittsburgh and he's in the mortgage?
Just like something happened last episode where I was like, hey.
Okay. So they are going on a date.
So the 3 of them are on the date. They all get a little bit of time with her to talk. There are 2 roses.
Oh.
So basically,
good. There's rules
2 of
now.
You are getting a rose, and whoever doesn't get the rose is going home. You think there are rules, but wait. So it seems clear cut. 2 roses, 1 person goes home.
But that would defeat the rose ceremony.
There would be no rose ceremony. It would just be this.
Okay.
Because she's already sent
Did you like how I knew it was called a rose ceremony?
Yes, I
Thank
did.
you.
I think there would have been a rose ceremony if Sean hadn't been sent home.
Got it.
But
now
it's only 3, so we're going to do 2 roses. Someone goes home.
Okay.
Except she gives 1 rose to Aaron B. He's safe.
Why? Just because?
She likes him a lot.
Whatever, bro. I don't like Aaron B.
I don't either. He will probably make it to the final 3 unless something crazy happens.
Aaron B can die in a hole.
You hear to her first, guys. And then she gets the final rose, looks between Tanner and Xavier, and is like, I still can't make this decision. I'll see you boys at the rose ceremony, and leaves.
See you at the rose ceremony?
So now we're having a rose ceremony.
But you're still going to have to choose.
She needs more time.
Just more time?
More time to think. I honestly think Xavier would have been a clear front runner, except for the I'm afraid to commit to one person forever conversation. I think that really gave her some hesitation.
Yeah, the honesty just sucks.
So then we go to the rose ceremony. The guys are all dressed, and then Charity.
They not been the rest of the episode?
Well, like dressed up. Like
got it.
Like suits.
Okay, sorry. You can see.
Yeah, clothing optional on this episode.
Wow.
No, sorry, dressed up.
Got it.
And then Charity, just in like a sweater and jeans, knocks on Tanner's door.
Why?
She is sending Tanner home and doesn't feel the need to go through a whole rose ceremony.
This is just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Why?
This whole episode was just like there are no rules.
What did Tanner do?
She just doesn't feel the connection there. Like nothing anything bad. She was just her connection to Xavier was stronger. So they cry, they hug.
They cry?
Yeah.
Tanner cries?
He gets emotional.
But
so I do have a note here. It says, Tanner, hit me up. So if you're listening to this on the YouTubes.
Tanner, hit me up. All right, let me look to Tanner Bachelorette. All right, let me see this guy. Tanner Christian Cortad.
I don't know. They don't use last names.
Oh. Bachelorette season 20?
Yeah.
There he is. Oh, look at him.
Yeah, that's him.
Look at him out in the woods doing wood stuff.
They had a whole date in the woods. They had a forage.
Oh, that's fun. This is cute.
Yeah, so there's Tanner.
Okay. I guess. He's a fix and flip lender. It's a little bit more insight there.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that means.
I just wrote down whatever their caption said on the first episode. It said mortgage lender.
Fair. All right.
So then she goes to Xavier's room. They have a little bit of a chat where he kind of explains himself a little bit more. He gets the rose. They kiss. Big ones.
Who?
Her and Xavier.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Xavier wasn't down for commitment, but he's down to clown. Dang.
I was taking notes while this was happening, and I looked up at one point and saw a whole lot of tongue. Hated it for myself. Went back to my notes.
Knitting, more like getting it. I don't know. We'll work on it. Wow. Okay. So Xavier opens up, says he doesn't want commitment, and the next thing you know, she does. She's just not sure.
It's just that
forever's a long time. Forever's a long time.
And he's not going to commit unless he sees it as a forever thing.
Okay, well, step one.
Please don't propose to me
unless you actually want to marry me. Tongue in the mouth. Let's see how this can go.
Yeah, step one. Actually, step one.
Sheesh.
Say you're maybe not sure about commitment. Step 2, tongue.
Tongue in the mouth. Got it. Wow.
So
no one else got kissed this episode? Just Xavier?
Joey and Dotton did.
Oh, when?
Oh, and Sean. Joey on his 1-on-1, Don on his 1-on-1, and Sean on the 2-on-1.
Oh, okay.
And maybe on the 3-on-1 some kisses happened, but I didn't see any. They didn't show it, so who knows?
But this was a makeout.
This was big ones.
The other ones are just like kissy pecks. Yeah. Okay.
Or at least I didn't have to see a whole lot of tongue.
A lot of kissing too.
There was a lot of There's been
a lot of kissing in this
season.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would say earlier seasons, no. The first kiss of the season used to be a big deal.
Save it for marriage.
And I think she kissed like 4 guys.
Save it for the final rose. Yeah, Call me old fashioned. Call me old fashioned.
So next week is hometowns. So we're gonna go.
We're going to 4 different hometowns.
Joey, Xavier, Aaron, and Don.
Wow. Okay.
And then becomes my favorite part of the episode where I say whether I thought the host was important or not.
Okay, so in this particular episode, I haven't heard anything about what's his name?
Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse.
Oh, here Brian popped in for this episode, for this segment.
I'm gonna say he wasn't necessary insofar as I've heard nothing about him.
Okay.
But
there are no roses
last week he dressed up and ran through the hotel.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let that.
Credits. So you got to the end of the episode and you were like, Jesse's not important. And then he does this whole.
I'm going to let that carry over for me, and I'm going to say he's important because you never know when you need that.
It's true. So I am in the middle of writing down, might be wrong, but no Jesse this episode.
Just no Jesse?
None. He didn't even come out because
there's no rose ceremony.
There's no rose ceremony. Usually he comes out and be like, this is the final rose. We didn't have a rose ceremony, so there was no Jesse, and I was writing down like he's just unimportant. But then we get another bit during the credits.
Well, I didn't know about the bit.
Yeah, I didn't either. It caught me off guard. So usually, when there's a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1
or 3-on-1 or rules don't matter.
But anywhere where the rules are, you get a rose or you go home. So basically a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1.
Unless those don't happen.
Unless they don't happen.
Unless she says I can't do it.
There are no rules. Basically, you have to pack your bag because if you're on the 1-on-1 and you don't get the rose, you need to
leave immediately.
You leave immediately. You get in the limo. They bring your suitcase to you. You do not get to go back to the guys and say goodbye.
That would be the worst part of the show. The amount of packing and unpacking.
You have to pack for like every day.
Is overwhelming. I can't handle that.
Yeah. So
this is why you don't unpack.
Yeah, you just live out of that.
You just live out of that suitcase.
So basically, they pan to the hotel room where they have one suitcase on this side of the door and another suitcase on the side of the door.
What's Jesse doing?
And then there is a guy in the hallway just pacing outside.
Hey, Brian, if you're going to come in here, bud, just like shut it down, bro.
Brian is still protesting love, and he came in here to ruin our
Came in here to just make a racket. You all right, dude? Okay, he's good. So there's a suitcase on either side of the door.
Yep. So there's a suitcase on either side of the door, and there is just like a crew member just pacing the hallway. And there's a phone in the middle of the hallway, and we just keep panning to the phone. And then the phone rings. He picks it up, and it's Jesse being like, Trent, she's not sending anyone home. And Trent hangs up, and Trent leaves, and the bags stay where they are. And so Jesse gets a pass because I don't have to see him be dumb, but I get to see him do bits. I'm here. I'm here for bits.
All right. No, I'm here for Jesse.
So I thought Jesse was useful here. I laughed. Caught me off guard.
Wonderful.
What do you
mean, Brian? Well, you're not going to be in the shot, but at least come on, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Do you know the deal with Trent?
I think that guy Trent, he works for Barstool Sports, and they would do a podcast, like a pop culture one, and his whole thing was, I want to get on the show. And they ended up getting him on the show, and his role is like the luggage guy.
Oh. So he's from Barstool Sports?
Yeah.
Barstool,
and I think the whole thing was like, how can we get
I hate
him on
Barstool
the show?
Sports.
You do? Well,
yeah.
It's just funny that his whole thing.
But good for them.
Great for them. It's a cool little thing. The guy's dream was to be on the show, and they got him in this. I think all he does is like move luggage around once in a while.
Well, he got some camera time. We got got to see Trent pace, Trent answer a phone, and Trent
sounds like
walk
it was
away.
necessary.
It was a great bit. Big fan. So Jesse gets a plus here.
All right, a plus for Jesse. Wonderful. So, okay, are there any other segments?
That was it.
Okay, real quick. I'm going to put in the order of people I like. Xavier.
Okay. Xavier's
is number one.
Okay.
Then Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Dottie.
Yep.
And then Aaron B. Aaron B can go suck a duck. I don't care about that guy.
Yeah, I would say if you flip them, Joey's my number one, then Xavier,
okay.
Dottie.
I can see how you get there.
Yeah.
Seeing as how Joey's a tennis pro and has his life together.
I don't know if he has his life together.
Unlike this biomed nerd. This medical consultant.
who knits.
I don't know what Aaron B does. Literally, I just have he's antagonistic, so you can see why he's
software
left.
sales, like Sean.
Oh.
Software sales.
Get out of here. Hate that guy. All right.
Aaron. All right, we did it.
I had fun. I'm excited to not watch another episode.
Yeah, it's the fun. Like you get all the drama, and you didn't have to enjoy 2 hours.
So it's 2 hours, and we did it in 45. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, do we have a tagline?
Nope.
Keep falling in love.